So we got a 2017 Nissan X-Trail T32, aka Nissan Rogue. Customer complaint is that the battery light is on. So I'm gonna see exactly what's going on using a multimeter. Most likely we have a faulty alternator, but let's do our checks before we condemn the alternator. So the battery that they had on this vehicle, see June 2025, was completely dead. So we gotta put a charger on it and ensure that we have proper voltage when we're doing our checks. But let's use a secondary battery just to get the vehicle up and running and get it in the garage, and we're gonna do some checks using the multimeter. So we got a secondary battery just basically to get the vehicle into the shop. Let's put the voltmeter on. So I got 12.4, right? We suspect that we have a faulty alternator. Yeah, so we're going to ensure that we don't have a voltage drop anywhere that's causing this alternator not to perform. So the first thing you got to do is ensure that you have a good belt on the vehicle, that also the pulley for the alternator is good as well, which is sometimes it carry that clutch pulley, but I'm not sure if this is a solid one. So let's start the vehicle up. It starts up with the good battery. Nothing shows up as yet. What we're going to look for, not the check engine light, that's my bad, but we got that light, which is basically the battery light. So we definitely have a fault on the charging system. So let's go in the hood and let's see what's going on with the multimeter. Okay, so with the engine running, you see I'm like 12.13 volts, which is definitely letting me know that we have a fault with the charging system, right? So is this clutch pulley type? I gotta take it off to see exactly what's going on. Right, so we can also do our checks straight to the alternator. We can just take this cap off right here, and we're gonna put our battery clamp. Right, and you see I'm getting the same 12.1 volts. So let me know that the alternator is not outputting the voltage necessary to keep this vehicle running like it's supposed to. So let's get the alternator out and take it to see if you get repaired. If not, you have to replace it. So anytime you see the battery light come on, that indicates that you have a fault on the charging system. Alright, it can also let you know that something is definitely wrong with the alternator, the battery. You can have an issue with your belt. We could also have a harness issue. Okay, you could have a blown fuse. So we gotta do all our checks before we go after this alternator, right? So I mean, we definitely gonna get it done. So with that now, let me ensure all is well before I attack the alternator. I can't get access to the tensioner from on top, so I gotta go under by the wheel and put a wrench on it and see if I can get the tensioner activated so I can remove the belt. Right, so I'm gonna ask my boy Nick here just to give me some help. I'm gonna go underneath and show you exactly what I have to remove. Right, I'm not sure if it's a 13 or not. And you will put the Allen key. Seeing that I don't have access to a lift at the moment, I gotta do it the old school way. Remove the shield right here. Get a 14 mil socket onto the tensioner. And I'm gonna remove the belt completely because the belt looks like it needs to be changed. So, Nissan being Nissan, right? So when I try to use the special tool, is hitting the chassis. So I gotta use a wrench upon a wrench to get this belt off. This belt seems like it needs to be replaced. So this is the MR20DB engine. So once you get that off, I want to take the alternator off as well, and yeah, let the customer know that I gotta replace the belt. Okay, so let me show you where I put this Allen key to hold the tension, but look at the condition of the belt. It's horrible. Yep, it got some cracks and stuff. So let me see if I get this stand up here. Yep, it's not good at all. So let's remove this alternator. I got the pulley. Let me turn the pulley. Pulley feels good. Doesn't hear any squealing from the pulley. You want to toss that belt. Let's remove this What do I need? I'm not sure if it's a 13 or 14, but let me get it out.
2 hours later.
Yeah, so I just got the alternator back from being repaired, so I'm gonna install it and we're gonna redo our checks, ensure that we're getting proper charging voltage, and that's supposed to be it, right?
Approximately 10 hours later.
So it's day 2 on this Nissan X-Trail. I wasn't able to, start the vehicle up and do a video because it was getting really late. I had other things to do. So let's put the multimeter back on this battery and let's see exactly what voltage we're reading. Right, so it's 12.65 volts. I'm getting off the battery pole. All right. Also, that the alternator is installed. We got a fresh belt as well because the belt was, show signs of fatigue. And let's start this vehicle up and see exactly what voltage we gain. Okay, let's put the ignition on. Before we had the battery light was staying on while we was idling. All right, you see I got the belt replaced here, so let's start it up. Okay, so if you can recall, the battery light came on instantly once the vehicle was idling. So let's go on the hood and let's see exactly what voltage we're getting off the multimeter. So let's see what's going on here. Let's see, did it freeze? Oh, did it hold? Let's press this here. The hold button is on. So there you have it. We have like 13.9 on the battery pole, and if I go straight to the alternator, I'm expecting to see the same 13.9. So let's take the positive lead and let's go straight to the B post on the alternator, and I'm getting the same 13.9, 14 volts. There you have it. All I'm doing is just checking straight off the B post. So yeah, so I'm definitely gonna call this a fix. Alright, so I hope you like what you saw. Merry Christmas. If you don't hear from me again for the rest of the year, right? New Year's, all that good stuff, right? Until next time, y'all take it easy. Peace.